Looks like we have Best Girl of the Season and maybe even possibly contender for Best Girl of the Year coming this very week, and I'm so excited about it. I am 414 Anime, and today we are diving into one of my most anticipated new anime coming out this fall season in Our Dating Story. So let's get it. I'm really excited for the fall anime season as it is absolutely packed with a lot of banger anime, both continuations of really awesome series and new titles that look to be really good, which also seem to be dropping on the same day each season. Like, I don't know about you, but most of my watch list air on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so that's gonna be like marathon weekends, right? Anyway, one of which I'm most excited about is this beautiful looking school romance anime, Our Dating Story. Now, I've seen a few people in the community kind of rejoice that we don't have as many romance anime this season, but I love a good romance anime, man. I need those feels every week. That and I'm getting married next month, and your boy really needs some fresh moves to seal that deal before she realizes what the hell she's doing, because, you know, us weebs getting a real life 3D girl is a rare occurrence. Especially when you have a crippling addiction to one Kurumi Tokusaki like I do, so I'm putting all my faith in Our Dating Story to keep this show on the road, if you know what I'm saying. I jest, of course. I just really like romance anime. So this romance anime is based on the beautiful light novel written by Mikiko Nagaoka, illustrated by Magako, and had a manga adaptation in February of last year. And yeah, I think we're in for a pretty wholesome ride. The animation studio adapting this is Engi or ENGI, the studio behind titles such as Uzaki-chan, The Detective Is Already Dead, and others. Looking at the PV, you can definitely see that the animation looks similar to both of these shows, which looks great, so I'm excited for it. The anime is directed by Hideaki Oba, who has directed a lot of shows to be fair, but we have anime like Hellsing Ultimate, D. Greyman, Medica Box, all great shows, so I think this one is definitely in the right hands. So, like what you hear so far, well, consider hitting that like button for me as it really helps me out. And if you want more videos such as this, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified. I'm trying to reach the goal of 200,000 subscribers, so let's reach that together. Arigato! So Our Dating Story looks set to be a real killer romance story of opposites attract, as well as a love story in which one helps out the other, not only to overcome a troublesome past, but to also develop in the here and now and find a level of happiness that they've only ever dreamed of. From the looks of the PVs, we're in for a show that has the whole sweet romance thing down and a bit of fun thrown in there as well, but beneath this it goes to a much deeper level. Deeper levels that we may possibly have one of the most wholesome shows of the entire year on our hands here, and I've got to say we have had quite a few of those already, so let's go. The story revolves around Ryoto Kashima. He's your typical looking NPC background character. He's described as someone who is very melancholy, not popular at all, maybe a bit of a loser, and it's said that he's a very gloomy high school kid. Nothing really new with this character trope, but if it isn't broke, then don't fix it, right? I think his character isn't, to blow us away or anything like that, but to help the story progress. He's going to be the typical nice guy, I believe. So, this completely unordinary background character loses a bet and is dared to ask out a girl called Runa Shirakawa, who, of course, is what looks to be the most beautiful and popular girl in the entire school. Which ain't wrong. Our girl is an absolute stunner. She looks like your typical gal character, the cute clothes, accessories, just a beautiful, beautiful human being. Now, after plucking up the courage to ask this girl out, which fair play to the dude, confessing and asking a girl out is not an easy task at all, especially when you are complete opposites. Our boy is bottom of the barrel and Shirakawa is pretty much a goddess, let's say. Like, he knows that he is going to get rejected here, but to his complete shock, she actually accepts. Well, she accepts his confession simply because she is available. So she brings him to her room after school, and that's where the big shocker for our guy happens next. It's here that Kashima finds out just how completely different the worlds they live in are, as Shirakawa has invited our boy, her new boyfriend I might add, back to hers to sleep together. Oh boy, yeah, but he's the typical anime boy here, where he's like, nani, while Shirakawa is like, yeah, this is completely normal, right? She's just so much more forward and open about the naughtier, the lewder kind of things, whereas Kashima is like, bro, yeah, I have a crush on you and I want the relationship thing. I mean, yeah, I only managed to pluck the courage to ask you out because I lost a bet, and while sure, I'd love to sleep with you, this isn't what I was expecting right here and now. In this moment, the difference between these two characters is absolutely night and day, you know, from who they hang out with and how they live their lives. There is next to nothing that they have in common with each other, but nonetheless, it's these differences that pull the two together. And they begin to relate to one another after accepting their differences, and instead of focusing on the now and the past, they look to the future together. And I'm all for this story, and from what we have seen of the PVs, it's going to be so good. Already, Shirakawa looks set to be the frontrunner as waifu of the season. She's beautiful, she has a really fun personality, a carefree attitude yet caring when it matters, and yeah boy, she's down with the naughty things. But there is so much more to her character than this, which makes me strongly believe that she could actually be contender for waifu of the entire year. So looking at her character here, there are minor spoilers about Shirakawa and her past, so do proceed with caution, peeps. Now, this first painted picture of Shirakawa is interesting, but the more we find out about her, the more it becomes more of a sad story. Shirakawa is not only the most popular gal in the school, but is also one of the most talked about, as there are a lot of nasty rumors floating around about her and that she only dates guys for like 2 to 3 months. How she sleeps with them and then she moves on to the next one in an instant. These rumors are all of course false. Shirakawa looks to be a girl who is just looking for love and is hopelessly devoted to the guy that she's with. Most guys actually describe her as over the top and even annoying. So for poor Shirakawa, she was always put her boyfriend's happiness first and will do anything to make sure that the relationship keeps moving forward. This of course ends up biting her in the ass, as these guys only want one thing. And yet, you guessed it, which is to sleep with the crazy beautiful Shirakawa and then ditch her because they don't want anything to do with the relationship side. So for Shirakawa, she has it in her head that putting it out straight away is the right and normal thing to do to keep these guys happy so that the relationship will continue to blossom, and that eventually they will return this happiness to her. But in actuality, she's just being used, which I really hate to see, man. I think guys like this are the actual scum of the earth, and the whole lad thing in this regard is just straight out disgusting. But that's not the topic here. What is the topic is that this completely different guy that she's never been with before, this bottom of the barrel Kashima, is the kind of guy who is going to treat her right, treat her with respect, and more importantly, treat each of their happiness equally. And I really can't wait to see this. So Shirakawa is going to be voiced by Onishi Sayori, who has voiced other characters such as Ais Wallenstein in Don Machi, Amaryllis from Dr. Stone, Yuki Sumi in Oshinoko, the White Queen from Data Bullet, and trust me, a lot more roles. Her performances are always killer, and I'm very excited to see her work as Shirakawa. As for Kashima, he's going to be voiced by Hane Natsuki. He has voiced some major characters, including Tanjiro in Demon Slayer, Masamune from Masamune-kun's Revenge, Falco in Attack on Titan, Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, we know there is a lot of experience coming to this character. So our Dating Stories first episode is going to air this Friday, the 6th of October, and it will be airing weekly on Crunchyroll. I am so very excited for this one. Are you excited for this anime? And are you a fan of romance anime in general? What other shows are you most excited for this season? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you wait for that next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about all the new anime not to miss this fall season. I got you, don't worry. But guys, that's it from me. I'll see you soon for some more. Till then, you take care of yourselves. Peace.